I have to tell her like, oh. Um, Thanks everyone for being kind. Donut loves everyone, and thanks Fumi for being Donut's elder sister. Donut never had. I'm glad you feel like encouraged in any way, Donut. Um, if you feel comfortable with it, therapy has the potential to change your life. That's true. Therapy could work. Um, Join groups that shares the same interests is one option. Secure agrees. I think that's really great. I think in terms of making friends, I I think that one, getting a good sense of people that you'd like to be friends with. Like be friends with kind people. Be friends with people who will not only call you out and hold you accountable, but you have to let the people around you. Let's see this. Let the people around you not only be people that you um that are just like in your life and like function as like function as someone in your life. Like it's all about maintaining your friendships is so much about giving to them, but also receiving and like being there for each other, um and building like this interdependency, I suppose, where you're each other's solid foundation. You're like that stable form of kindness and I don't know, finding people that grow you, that challenge you. Like you can't just have people that um either one step all over you or that you step all over them. um Identify like when you're making friends, identify and like see like it's weird to say, but like how do you quote unquote use your friendships? I feel like a big mistake when it comes to especially like online groups, and online friendship dynamics, if that's something that you're interested, if that's like something that helps your social anxiety, which helps my social anxiety, like having found friends online is a lot easier for me than it is for me to just like make friends in person, I guess. That's also really fun. Um, but I think what goes wrong is I think there is like a culture on in Discord to sorry, I need to change the song. There is a culture on Discord to form online relationships where you are each other's therapist, right? You guys are where like certain relationships are born out of a lot of codependency when a huge part of building healthy relationships is being able to hold the weight of your life on your own and not giving someone else who also needs to hold the weight of their own life um, the responsibility of also holding the weight of your life, right? And that's where interdependency is different than codependency, right? Codependency is very much where you and that person hold each other's life together and you cannot um, be your own people and make each other better because you guys just hold one another in it and can't really move past that, I guess. I mean, that's one way of putting it. Um, but yeah, I think that's the frequent downfall of Discord groups and Discord communities as you guys all kind of become each other's like very codependent group, and there's an over reliance on external people externally from you and relying on them to be your foundation. And I think that's actually super, super, super like having a foundation in a community that holds you up, I think is beautiful, but you have to curate it. You have to like be very, very picky about those who feed into your life and that you let into your life and let influence you. And it actually for me, I would have to here's the thing. Admittedly, I never had like a I would only say now is the time where I've actually had like a solid community. And when I say now, I mean in the past year. um Up until then, like I would say that I was pretty disconnected through being in a codependent relationship, um being in multiple codependent relationships, but also like again not being able to go to college properly. I mean, going to CCs or properly, but also I was really disconnected from socializing. But it didn't take me needing as much as like I wanted, of course, I wanted to have friends I was talking with every day. of course, like of course I was in like codependent relationships that were like feeding and filling that sense of affection and relationship that I think anyone needs. But it is so much better to be um it's not good to be alone, but it's better to be alone than to be with destructive people, if that makes sense. And fi- being really picky and choosing people that really give you life and give you the space to move forward in life and make you better, like that is like it's a gift. It's like it's like it'll be the greatest gift, of course. Um but you can't begin to be a good friend and be someone who can extend love and kindness and be supportive to others if you yourself, one, do not like yourself, or two, don't believe you deserve love, or three, like are if you just don't sit right with yourself, like you can't begin to, how could you like love others and help other, like, you know, if you are, not that you don't love yourself, but I'm just saying like in general it's something that I've had to work on, is being okay with myself, being proud of myself, and building that healthy relationship. And now I can have a community and I can give back to my community. I can work alongside really amazing people like Mr. Bon Mi, who him and I right now like working on the like Baguette Awards. Really, I feel like the root of it all is out of like loving my community, loving my friends, and supporting them, and wanting everyone else to see like the beauty in our community and like the best of the streamer community, especially. And literally being in the Brian's Year takeover, like this is me like using like I feel like I'm using my skill set, I'm using my love for streaming, and I'm able to be there for my friend and give back to him, who has also like been an amazing friend, has seen the best in me, and has opened up opportunities for me that I could have never imagined. And it's wonderful. And we have this like, I don't know, I just love that I'm in a place where I can receive love, give back love, and contribute to the community that I'm in because of the relationship with myself that I've fought for, if that makes sense. Donut never had kind friends, always had friend that got Donut in trouble. Exactly, exactly. Hi, Monk RX. Great to see you. Donut feels better off alone, is better than being with toxic people. I agree. Dylan says, I do feel like it also is a problem when it starts from a certain thing, and when that thing stops being enjoyable, you grow apart. Like when I stopped playing Valorant, all the friends I had made on Val never reached out, never spoke to me, even though we were together almost daily. Yes. No, I totally, like, I totally see that, and I totally see that happening. Um, and I think that's also where people in those, like, I think I mean, here's the thing. It's a frequent habit that I see in gaming groups is when like you're there and you play the game and you enjoy playing the game with them. But I think something that I had to be really intentional about with my gaming group anyways is like when we do game together, like have a moment where we catch up on life, right? Ask your friends questions, you know, take interest in their life, have like other things that you're also there for in terms of learning about your friends, learning about their lives. You should know what like ethnicity your gaming friends are, you know, be curious, let that curiosity lead you and figure out, you know, once you're ready, once they're ready and like you're at that level, like ask them about their siblings, you know, ask them about what their interests are, what they watch. And that's how you kind of, those are like the small little things that you forget about when it comes to like, okay, these are a wonderful group of friends. I want to stay engaged with them. And like, yeah, we're locked into this game right now. And, you know, Valorant is a terrible space to like be talking very deeply about life. It's actually one of my pet peeves is like, I can't have this like deep discussion while we're locked in on the game. Um, but definitely, like that's where when you do have the time, when you do have like a friend group that you would really like to stay engaged with, like be curious about them and enjoy them. And also I think because I'm kind of in that same place with like my friends. I love my friends. Shout out Beagleberg and FW Mobu. I love them. But we are currently like in this kind of hiatus of not being able to play Valorant together. But they are just such like they're a great group of friends in the sense of like if I were ever to talk with them again, no problem. Like we would get on the game together. Like we would like I don't fear like I feel this sense of security and this constant like even if we're not talking together, like we still like we're still on great terms. We still like each other. We've just all either been busy or playing other games, and there is a sense of like security that I still have in myself of like just because we're not playing the game together doesn't mean we're not friends, you know? And I think they feel the same way as well. And then what I really love about my group is like we're really good at saying that we miss each other and that we love each other. And it's worth saying it. If you miss someone, I mean, don't tell them. Some people are not okay with being told that they love one another, but just be like, hey, really miss you guys. Let's play the game. Let's play the game soon. And it does go though, like making time for your loved ones goes a long, long way. And yeah, but they're also like don't feel like there's a lot of scarcity when it comes to making friends. Like the friend group that you see right now, like it doesn't suck, but like sometimes you do have to start from ground zero when it comes to finding new friends in a friend group. But I actually find it quite enjoyable. Not enjoyable. I think I like meeting new people. You guys know that. But there's a lot of fish in the sea in terms of friendships that you can make. And yeah, don't limit yourself into thinking that you have no other options, right? I mean, it's hard with social anxiety. Yo, I forgot you're live. Almost missed peak. Lol. Hi, Shift. I've noticed that unless I am actively trying to reach out and be involved, I don't get invited to things. I spent a majority of my adult life being the person that made things happen, and I eventually got burnt out and tired of it. Yeah, that's super valid. I'm kind of in a space. I'm kind of in a space where I like. Oh yeah, I see you, Donut. I'm looking at your messages, but I also want to respond to Rascal right now. Um, I'm in. Maybe I'm just. Let me explain to you guys. Cause let me think. I'm trying to think very critically about this. My opinion on this. I love being alone, and when I do stuff with friends, it's very impulsive, or it's just like whoever's on is whoever's on. And then when I do have my time with my friends, it's typically either very brief or like my best of friends, we hang out with each other maybe once a month. And then during that specific time, we have really, really great quality time. And then we go off and we live our individual lives, you know, we're all working and whatnot. So I feel less, maybe it's because I am an ambivert. So I feel less, I wouldn't say obligated, but I feel less of the need. Like I just love to be alone. So, and maybe like streaming is like that in between of like, I'm still hanging out, but I'm also like I'm still in the comfort of my home. And so I'm very, very like, ooh, I don't know. But also, I'm very, very lucky to have friends that think of me and want to play games with me. But I like to be, I don't know why, guys. I just like, it's just the introversion in me. Um, um, it's overrated. Donut never a girlfriend. Okay, let me respond to Donut now. Because I am working through like the whole concept of like being invited and also like hanging out consistently with a group. There's kind of no group besides like maybe my streaming comm that I tap into every now and then. Even then, I'm really bad at tapping into the calls and sticking around. Typically, I'm like doing work and like needing to be locked in, but I do like to like be checked in and check out and whatever which way. Um, but it's something I want to get better at is like consistently making time for people. I would say that I don't spread myself thin though. For example, like you guys know Millum, my longtime duo, Valorant duo. I think she's the person I probably most consistently, if she asked me to hang out, I absolutely like. She's one of like my best friends, so I make time for her, and I never spread myself so thin that I can't spend time with all like my best of friends. And I think that's like, at least that's where I stand in terms of like my introversion, hanging out with friend groups. But let's see. Donut says, Donut wants to find a GF. What should Donut do? And will getting a GF heal Donut emotionally? No, it's not gonna heal you emotionally. And I think it's just like a lie. It's like a lie that the fantasy of, um, romance movies and whatnot, finding your manic pixie dream girl, or just the concept. I mean, I know the like appeal that romance has in our culture. Like I don't ever question that concept. I totally get it. I'm a lover girl myself. So like I but it's a very dangerous thing to think that anyone can heal you. Like that's codependency. Like that statement in of itself, will getting a GF heal, even if you're half joking about it, will getting a GF heal a donut emotionally? No. Only you can um like you can't have someone hold the weight of healing you. That's not on them. It's just too much to put on another person, another human anyways. um Whether it's religion or a god, or something beyond that, I don't think another human could hold the weight of your life and heal you. Like that's just not something people can do. um Shiv said it's overrated because it's not all that it seems. It also shouldn't heal you. You should heal yourself. But I get it if you would want that. I know I never had a GF, but it must feel nice having a GF that'll take care of you, talk to you, someone to hug. Donut feels like having a girlfriend would help him a lot. You can have someone who isn't a GF to look after you and hug you. Sakura says, I definitely think that it could be a possibility in terms of having a girlfriend, boyfriend. But it's important to remember that you shouldn't always rely on someone for happiness, or they can't always be your source of happiness, in my opinion. There's still things people need to work on internally if you would like to give love to others. Right. Rascal says, I am of the belief that we are responsible for our own healing and happiness. Generally speaking, when we better ourselves and build that confidence, relationships will follow. Agreed, Rascal and Shifts. Um, Depressed Donut says, Donut don't have that person. You are also a person who can. It doesn't have to be an external person. Real. Let's see. I think if you were getting a girlfriend for the purposes, I think if you can't imagine having a platonic friend, you might have to fix your outlook on. I think you might have to practice platonic relationships. And if it's definitely a skill set, but I think that we get really distracted by the potential of romance, and we forget that a huge part of having a partner or a girlfriend or a boyfriend and a companion, a huge part of that is the ability to be a good friend. And Donut have a story. Can Donut tell? Hi, Kisani. We're chatting about relationships. We're talking about codependency. We're talking about making friendships. Just the challenges that come with it. And Donut, as long as if the story is, yeah, share your story. I trust you to share it in the most appropriate way possible. Because I'm seeing that we're in the topic of love and affection, and you're about to share crazy lore, and you've already shared crazy stories like getting beat up, which is really unfortunate and really sad. So just be mindful. But yeah, I think in general, prioritize being a good friend before any kind of romantic relationships. I, speaking from experience, did not do that for a long time. I was definitely the kind of person who would let friendships go and prioritize my romantic relationships over that of my friends. Um, just kind of like I was super romantically centered, and unfortunately, I would let the friends around me and the relationships around me kind of drop the moment. Like, I would just like drop off the face of the earth when I was in a relationship. And that has not done me. I've grown so much more finding a partner that has their own friends and prioritizes their friends and knows how to um have community and be in community while you're also in a relationship. I think that's something that's not talked about enough. And I mean, I guess that's how it is for me. Sometimes I think introverts make it out in their way, like if they're not like